It happened in broad daylight, in a crowded grocery store parking lot. A white woman, furious and red-faced, pointed at a young black man and shouted the words that made time stand still. "Go back to Africa!" Gasps rippled through the onlookers. Some froze. Others instinctively reached for their phones. No one expected the man's next move. He didn't yell. He didn't insult. He stood tall, looked her in the eye, and said something so powerful, leaving the crowd speechless and stunned. Darius was a 29-year-old schoolteacher who had stopped at the store after a long day. He wore a faded hoodie and jeans and had a calm demeanor, the kind that made people feel safe around him. A lover of books, history, and community outreach, he believed in lifting others, especially children who looked like him. Wait a second, and tell us where you're watching from in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. That afternoon, he helped an older woman with groceries before returning his cart. As he walked back to his car, a white woman in an expensive SUV pulled in too quickly and nearly hit him. Darius put up his hands, signaling her to slow down. Instead of apologizing, the woman jumped out of her car, visibly angry. Her face twisted in rage, and she began shouting, accusing Darius of getting in her way. Then, without warning, she snapped, yelling, "Go back to Africa!" Everything stopped. A mother clutched her child. A man looked up from his phone. Even the birds seemed to go silent. But it was Darius who turned the tide. Darius took a slow breath. He could feel the heat of humiliation trying to rise in his chest, but he wouldn't let it win. His father had always told him, "When they show you ignorance, answer with truth." He looked directly at the woman, his voice calm but commanding. "You mean Africa? The continent where the oldest human remains were found? Where civilization was born? You're telling me to go back to the birthplace of humanity?" A murmur spread through the crowd. "I'm from Brooklyn," he continued, "but if you're referring to my ancestry, then thank you, because I'm proud of where I come from. I come from kings, queens, mathematicians, scholars, and warriors. We survived slavery, segregation, and still rose to become doctors, teachers, scientists, and mayors. So, if that's what you mean by go back, maybe you should check your history books before you throw around insults rooted in ignorance." The woman blinked, her mouth slightly open. Someone behind her muttered, "Damn." Darius wasn't finished. "You tried to humiliate me for being black, but all you did was give me a chance to teach." Suddenly, the woman's rage melted into shame. She opened her mouth as if to speak, but no words came. Then something unexpected happened. Applause. First, a soft clap from the older woman Darius had helped. Then, a wave of support from those who had gathered. "Say it louder for the people in the back," someone called out. A teenager nearby shouted, "You're a legend, bro." The woman, red with embarrassment, turned and quickly got back into her car. No one stopped her. No one cared anymore about her anger. All eyes were on Darius, the man who stood tall with truth and dignity, even when the world tried to tear him down. As the SUV peeled away, Darius turned back toward his car. He didn't need validation, but the support meant something. A stranger approached him, shook his hand, and said, "Thank you. You didn't just speak for yourself. You spoke for all of us." Darius smiled, then got into his car and drove off, leaving behind more than just an awkward scene. He left a lesson, a reminder that racism thrives on silence and shame, but truth spoken with dignity can cut deeper than any insult. He didn't curse. He didn't raise his voice. He held up a mirror and let ignorance see itself. Because sometimes the most potent clapbacks don't come from anger. They come from knowing who you are. If you enjoyed this story and found it thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Take care.